I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up?
Grant with that jump shot's off. Long rebound run down by Hodges, and here's the King. That's a three.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Hey, this promises to be fun.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait.
Are you kidding me? Do you believe it?
Man, this is so much fun. And having the guests that I do have on the program, and I've been wanting to get this guy back on the show for the longest time. Schedules haven't coincided because, as yours truly is building himself to be the king of American talk, Canada locked down. And I am in love with the Rod Pedersen show. And this is the man himself, Rod Pedersen, joins me. Good morning, Rod. Great to have you.
How you doing, Snowman? Long time no talk.
Long time no talk indeed. So I made an admission to producer Clark that I am now rehooked on the CFL and listen to you guys talk about it with the happenings and everything. What's your thoughts on the CFL season so far?
Well, I'm happy they're playing. Let's put it that way. How's my sound, by the way? Is my microphone okay, or should I unplug?
Your sound is wonderful. Your sound is wonderful.
Okay, thank you. I'm happy they're playing because last year they played a shortened season. The year before they didn't play at all. So,
right.
I enjoy the league a lot. I spent 20 years in it. Still have a lot of friends in the league. So the play's been good. Like the caliber of play's been good. Scoring is up 12% from last year. I don't know how closely you're following it, Brian, but they made 9 rule changes. They feel were pretty significant rules to aid scoring and flow of play, and I think that's happened. So tonight, the Saskatchewan Roughriders are at the Montreal Alouettes. It looks like a beautiful summer night in Montreal for that game. And here in Calgary, where I reside, really big game Saturday. The Calgary Stampeders home to the Edmonton Elks. It's the Battle of Alberta, they call it. So there's some big, interesting games here in Week 3 in the CFL.
And it's early in the season for these big games. I'm concentrating on the two that you just gave me. I'm concentrating on the Battle of Alberta, the Edmonton Elks and the Calgary Stampeders. It gives you a chance to get an early game on if these teams are able to compete to get their way toward a Grey Cup, or if they're just going to be pretenders the rest of the season. Because the Elks took one on the chin in BC early in week 1. And now you have to see where both teams are. And this is the game where you can measure that.
Well, it should be. I mean, it's only 9 teams in the league. So, it's every game's a big game. It's pro football, right? It's not like hockey or basketball where you're playing every second night, or baseball where you're playing every day. You got one game a week. So there's a lot of focus and a lot of pressure on each week, and, of your viewers, I'm not sure how many are CFL fans per se, but like I say, Chris Jones is, I guess you'd say, Bill Belichick, maybe Bill Parcells of the Canadian Football League. Chris Jones, I'm talking about, and he spent some time in the NFL with Cleveland, and he has taken over an Edmonton Elks team, formerly the Edmonton Eskimos, but they changed the name. It was sort of a Washington Redskins Commanders deal there. They're 0-2. They've been thumped in both games. If I did quick math, they've been outscored like 90 to 30 in those 2 games. So, they got a lot of questions to answer.
Yeah, they're getting outscored 3-1 in their games. And meanwhile, with your Riders, they pulled one out, and they get a measuring stick tonight in their game. Talk about how give me a clue on how you think the Riders have performed so far and how they're going to do the rest of the season.
Well, have you lost weight, Brian? How much you lost, by the way?
Yes, I am down to 245 pounds right
How
now.
much is that down? How much is, or can you say, how much are you down?
From I'm down to 245 from 360. So I've lost a lot of weight.
Wow, man, you're almost half the man you used to be. Well, you look fresh, man. You look
Yeah.
fresh. So
Thank you.
with the Saskatchewan Roughriders, they're 2-0, and that was the town. It's like the Green Bay of Canada. There's not a lot else there. Is the focal point of all day, every day, year round. That football team is the focus of that province. They're unbeaten. They're 2-0. And I had a viewer to my show write in the other day and say, "What concerns do you have with the 2-0 Rough Riders?" I said, "Nothing. They haven't lost yet." You know what? I don't want to certainly sound ungrateful or go too far down this road, but it's part of the reason why I spent half the year in South Florida and half the year here in Alberta. Like, it's a steaming cauldron with that football team, and I'm like, I don't want to think critically. I'm not a coach. Okay, I was the broadcaster for 20 years, and they're unbeaten, and I want to be happy about the fact that they're unbeaten. But as I think you're a football first person, and I know America is football first, and I think everybody wants to be a coach, and failing that, they want to be a general manager. And I'm like, I don't want to be that. I just wanted my team to win, and I just want to enjoy the games, and that's what's been happening with the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
Rod Pederrsen joining us here from Alberta, the king of Canadian sports talk. How about that Colorado Avalanche finish last night? Overtime, they get the overtime winner, and now they get a chance to wrap it up at home and claim their first Stanley Cup since 2001. Yeah,
you were watching, were you? Well, there was a lot of controversy after the game, and with the coach, because on the winning goal, there were 6 skaters on the ice for Colorado. And to be honest, again, honestly, Rod, that's why I really love my life, spending half the year in South Florida and half the year in Canada. And this half, I'm in Canada right now. All the TV networks, all the sports networks, all they're talking about today is the winning goal in overtime last night for Colorado when the 6 skaters. Should it have counted? Should it not have counted? Did it affect the goal? Did it not? They're going to be talking about this for days last night. And I guess and that's on the heels of what you've probably seen in Major League Baseball with some arguments over strike zones and should they go to robotic umpires. Been a lot of controversy in the majors this week, and I'm like, I don't know if they're ever going to get it, Brian. Last I checked, officials are human. So in the winning goal last, a lot of guys didn't check Nazem Kadri when he came into the zone and scored. The goalie made a mistake by not stopping the puck. A lot of guys made mistakes, but it's easier to blame the refs. So I don't know, in this sports talk world, you call me the king of sports talk. The viewers, a lot of hosts and fans want to sit and talk about officiating and blown calls till the cows come home. And I'm like, I don't want to talk about it because it's never going to. As long as there is a human element in officiating, there are going to be mistakes. Newsflash. So it's sort of like John Cooper, the coach of Tampa Bay. Sucks to be you. I feel for you, but I don't think you're going to get fired over this. So let's move on.
Exactly. And like you just said it beautifully. As long as there's the human element, there are going to be some mistakes made, because I had people texting me last night, should the goal have counted? It counted. All right. The ref's mistake, who knows? And at this point in time, who cares? The Avalanche are up 3-1, chance to close up shop in Colorado. That's why I love watching and listening to your show, because like me and Cole and the folks that hang with us, you bring it every single time, and you bring the honesty that's missing in sports talk today. That's why I'm so hooked on your show.
Well, thank you, Brian, and I know that you do as well. To be honest, I'm hearing that more and more and more. That people they enjoy the honesty, and which is nice. More people are finding the show. More people are appreciating it and sticking around and watching. To me, I'm not doing anything different than I've ever done. And this is a little bit of it. That's why I'm running my own show, because mainstream media and teams, they don't want the truth out there. And
they don't.
Yeah.
They don't, man. That's why I'm doing my own. The mainstream media want to fork a bunch of money at you, but then at the same time, there's a string attached and there's a script attached at the tail end of that. The hell with that. I'm not going down that road.
Well, I'm not. It's kind of the funny thing. I mean, again, I'm sitting in Calgary. It's home of the world's largest outdoor rodeo and exhibition, the Calgary Stampede.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm the son of a farmer rancher. I grew up in that. So my thing is, like, if for whatever reason our show fails, our contract's not renewed with the TV channel we're on, I said I'm not going to go take any job in radio or TV. I'll go shovel corrals and stalls at the Calgary Stampede. I would rather do that than go on the air and say something that I'm forced to say or that I don't believe. I just won't do it. And the more I say that, the more people love the show. So I don't know. It's the weirdest thing.
It's the truth, and that's why people are really tuning into my show. I love tuning into yours. I tell everybody about your show all the time, and I want to thank you and Moose and everybody at the RP show, because I asked you a little over ago, can I use your show as a blueprint to build mine? And you and Moose were like, go for it, man. We love what you do. Go with it. So went with it, and it's starting to build. And I have you, I got Moose, I got the RP squad to thank. It's Rod Pedersen joining me this morning. A little Canadian sports talk mixed in with some American sports talk. Go check out the Rod Pedersen Show. Do it online at rodpedersen.com. And if you get a chance, go to YouTube, search the Rod Pedersen Show, and check out his show today, noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central. Always a pleasure, my friend. I love you. Thanks for coming on. I hope to have you back soon.
Hey, Snowman, I love you too. And if I may, I just, maybe people think the same thing about me as I do about you, because I look at your takes and the stuff that you put on Facebook, and you get like 100 comments on your awesome hot takes. And I'm like, Brian, just go get a job in radio, man. It'd be a lot easier than the struggle of doing your own thing. But then you clearly don't want to. You're just like me. I'm like, I don't want to go do that. I want to do my own thing. So
exactly.
For doing it, but
exactly.
You're a highly, highly, highly talented broadcaster and a good person. So
thank you
for allowing me to be part of your show today.
Thank you, Rod. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, man. Rod Pedersen, the king of Canada's sports talk, joining me here on the program, and I got some more stuff for you coming for hour number 3. What? Don't know yet. Hang around. Snowman in the Morning live on BS3 TV as well as YouTube, and on Realwise Radio, the SDM Sports Network as well. And it's 24 hours a day at officialsitmorn.com. And that IQ I borrowed from Rod Pedersen because I'm such a faithful watcher to his show. We'll be back.